Survivor preseason cast analysis are a lot like Tinder. It all depends on your gut-wrenching first impression, and most of the time that ends up being wrong. We are going to take a swing at the Survivor 42 preseason cast analysis today, but with a twist. We are going to react to all 18 Meet the Cast videos, but just like Tinder, we're going to swipe left if we don't like the person, and we're going to swipe right if we do like the person. Swiping left or swiping right is going to be solely based upon if we think they're going to make the merge or not make the merge. After that crazy hourglass twist, Survivor 41 had 11 people making the merge, so by the end of this video, we should be swiping right on 11 people. With all that said, welcome your faces back to another Survivor video. During this off season, I've been slowly building all of this together. We got big things coming for Survivor 42. During the entire season of Survivor 42, we're going to be recapping every single episode and giving away a buff every single episode. So if that's something that interests you, subscribe down to the channel. It's absolutely free to do and you can unsubscribe anytime you like. But with all that said, let's get started. The person we're going to be reacting to first is Chanelle Howell. Chanelle Howell, 29 years old, executive recruiter. Fun fact, her Survivor audition tape was floating around YouTube, so I put it in a bunch of my videos.
I currently live in New York City. I can talk my way into every kind of situation. So I said, hey, like, let me get my certificate in negotiation mastery.
Tell me you don't see Shan vibes from Chanelle.
And that's exactly what I did. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when negotiating is they end up negotiating with themselves. I was sold at, hi, my name is, but sure, tell me more about you wanting to take me to the end. Tell me more about the folks that you don't like over there. A few years ago, I came up with a list of the most insane, crazy things that would either make me money or would make me happy. And at the top of that list is playing Survivor. Playing this game is proving to myself that you can do whatever you want. While society might have said that my list was impractical or not sustainable, I say I'm the exception, and I'm not leaving any cash on the table.
Oh, well, I'm going to make a list right now because I want to play Survivor. That's going to be at the very top of my list. I can see Chanelle playing a lot like Shan. Hopefully she doesn't overplay and wants all the power. I'm going to cut right to the chase. We're swiping right on Chanelle. She's making the merge. Moving on to our next pick, we have Jonathan Young, 29 years old as well, beach service co-owner. I'm so excited for this guy.
Young. And I own a beach rental business in Gulf Shores, Alabama. This is something for 14 years I've been planning on. I've basically trained for this moment. I spearfish almost daily, and I will contribute a lot in the challenges. I want to win more immunity challenges than anyone ever has. The first impression everybody's getting is going, look at this big guy. I wonder what he can do. But I don't believe that my size is the come-all be-all. I'm not going to approach this game as a big guy. That's not my identity. My beach service life is I want to serve you. Good. That's how I make my money. So with my tribe, what I want to do is serve. I'm going to be leader servant. So if we have a stew, and this is me in the game, I'd get a little Southern hospitality, a little strength, a lot of service to my team, and I'd mix it all up, baby.
That sounds good. Mix it all up. I'm really excited for Jonathan Young. Is he gonna be able to win the game? Honestly, no, I don't think so. But that type of player just seems so interesting to me to play the game. He seems almost different than your Aussie type, your Joe type, your Malcolm type. Malcolm wasn't really a physical guy, but he seems different. He's embracing that competitive, that physical part of the game. Can he do puzzles though? We'll find out soon. This one's so tight for me. I feel like Jonathan's gonna be right around the merge, but screw it. We're swiping right on him as well. He's making the merge. We already have 2 people making the merge on the first 2. Tori Meehan, 25, therapist.
My name is Tori Meehan from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm out here living my dream come true, but it's also my family's dream. Every single Christmas, we have this tradition where we binge watch an entire season of Survivor that same day. Of course, Jesus is first, but Survivor and Jeff are close seconds. But I think the biggest obstacle I have is people's perception of me, because when people first meet me, I always hear they're like, I thought you were gonna be like a mean girl or stuck up, but then I got to know you and you're actually super weird, which is true. Like, I love Harry Potter, I played Muggle Quidditch, I was in marching band, I wrote a science fiction novella, and what do you know, I literally am trained in trust. So as a therapist, I've spent 6+ years in school being trained with how to get someone to trust me. So I want to be people's therapist on the island. I did not come here to be this nice, pretty girl who is boring and does nothing. Like, I came to strategize, came to play.
Parvati 2.0 anyone? Whether it be the color of the clothes she's wearing, how she's walking around, she's doing everything she can to lower her threat level. You guys are gonna get mad at me. We're 3 for 3 right now. We're swiping right. Tori's making the merge. Romeo Escobar, here we go.
I've been playing Survivor my entire life because I was born in Central America, where sometimes we didn't have water, we didn't have electricity, and then when I moved to the States, it wasn't all that much better growing up in South Central LA with gang violence, but I looked at it as an opportunity to grow. So I don't think the game of Survivor has ever seen anybody like me. I'm representing the Latino community, the immigrant community, the LGBT community, so I feel a huge weight on my shoulders, but I never fail in anything that I do. I'm a pageant coach, and my job is to prepare women for the Olympics of beauty pageants, Miss Universe. And what that entails is just taking this woman and molding her to be the best that she can be. And I'm gonna take that same advice that I give to my students and bring it to the game of Survivor.
I don't like that answer. There's never been anyone like me that's played Survivor ever. Nah, there's been people play Survivor like you. Sorry, Romeo, we're swiping left. You're gonna be pre-merged. Mike Turner, 58, retired firefighter.
Hi, my name is Mike Turner. I'm a retired firefighter, and I was born and raised in Hoboken, New Jersey. I got hired in January of 1985.
I didn't know how to say that word before.
I was a young buck coming on the job, rose to the rank of lieutenant, then captain, and then finally battalion chief. My career as a firefighter has totally prepared me for a game like Survivor, because everybody says they'd run into a burning building and pull a person out, but you don't know what you're going to do until you're in that moment.
Relate to your job. Let's go.
I'm prepared to adapt to different situations. I think the most difficult part is probably going to be me talking in a way where nobody hears me, because I talk loud, call it the Hoboken whisper, so hopefully nobody hears they're getting blindsided. Otherwise, you can see Mike Turner's name written on that parchment a few times. But I will be the hardest worker out there. I don't quit. Let's face it, I have that fierce, angry look. It's totally opposite of what I am. So my job is to diffuse that look right away. Hopefully, people accept me for who I am, not what I look like. No book is ever exactly like the cover.
I don't like what he said about, I'm going to be the hardest worker out there. That gets a lot of Abraham vibes or Tom Laylaw from Island of the Idols. This old school Survivor player does not do well in season 42, Survivor 41, whatever it is, this new school era. There's no laying low, there's no laying back. Sorry, Mike, we're swiping left on you. You're gonna be a pre-merge boot. Jenny Kim, 43 years old, creative director. A lot of people are really high up on Jenny.
I'm a designer. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, born and raised by parents who immigrated from South Korea. I like to say that my mom was the original Tiger Mom. Really tough on me, you know, bring home a 99 on a test. What happened to the other 2 points? I'm like, Mom, it's still an A+, doesn't matter. It needs to be perfect. I was really pushed to do the best, to be the best. So
do you think a perfectionist is a good quality to have on Survivor?
This game will be that I'm not going to be the best at everything, but that's why I'm here, is to be comfortably uncomfortable. And my strategy is to pull back a little bit and see what and when the right time is to strike. I love when you surprise Jeff and he goes, wow. I want to get a wow reaction out of him.
This is the first time I'm actually watching all these Meet the Cast videos. During all my other videos, when I was reacting, making my boot list, my power rankings, I was lower up on Jenny Kim, and I think I like her more now. I like what I'm seeing here. I think I'm gonna regret this later when I'm running out of people to choose. But we're gonna swipe right. Jenny, you're making the merge. Good job. Zach Wordenberger, 22 years old, student, Weston, Florida.
My name is Zach. I'm a student.
No, you're not. Your name's
I'm
Adam
from South
Klein.
Florida. Survivor is genuinely one of the most important things in my life.
Tell me that's not Adam.
Speech and debate has prepared me so much for Survivor, which was one of my biggest things in high school, because it's not necessarily about the fact or the argument itself as it is forming your argument for your judge or for your audience. Knowing the numbers, knowing when to split votes, that stuff just comes supernaturally. But I think that the hardest part is
he gonna be a game bot? Spencer Bledsoe?
So I'm just gonna have to prove myself where I can, which is balance, puzzles, and every single second I'm gonna be waiting to see where is my move. I don't think anyone's gonna be looking at me as like, oh, now that's the guy we gotta worry about. And I think they might be wrong, so I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to like sneak right through.
Okay, there's no sneaking under the radar during Survivor 42. I think he's gonna be coming in too game body, too excited to make moves and play the game. We're swiping left, you're not making the merge. I'm sorry, Zach. Maria Sharon, 47 years old, stay-at-home mom.
My name is Maria Mariah Sharon, and I'm a homeschool mom right now, but I'm a teacher. To actually be here, it's so surreal because when Survivor first started, I was newly a mother. And then 6-7 years later, he's into it. Now it's our thing. We sit down and watch it. And so based on first impressions, I think my tribe will see me teacherly and motherly, which I am all of those things, but I don't have time for that. I expect everyone to be loyal to themselves, which is what I'm gonna do. Somewhere in life and motherhood and wife, like I've lost a passion or a fire or motivation or something, and I don't know exactly what that thing is, but there's a
Is she coming on Survivor for the experience and to do something?
That I need
or does she want to play the
renewed
game,
and restored and ready to apply to the rest of life. So I'm looking for me, and I'm gonna find her. I'm ready.
Okay. Are we getting some Nora vibes from this girl? Or are we a little bit of Tiffany, I guess? Personally, I actually like that video. I like everything she was saying. My issue is when you actually look at the tribe breakdowns, she's part of the strongest tribe, Taku, the orange tribe. And because of that, mixed up with, she's probably gonna be the weakest member on her tribe. If they ever lose a challenge, she's gonna be one to go. Swiping left, you're not making the merge. I'm sorry. Omar Zahir, 31, veterinarian, Kitchener, Ontario. About 30 minutes away from where I live.
My name is Omar Zahir, and I'm an exotic animal veterinarian. A veterinarian, they never know what to expect because you're always working with different types of animals, especially within the exotic field, because you could come in one day and see a tiny 18-gram canary with a broken leg that you have to like use your micro tools, or the next day you could have your arm shoved up a rhino's butt. It's all about not panicking, staying calm. You never know what to expect. And that's just like Survivor. I'm gonna treat these people like, oh, you're a guinea pig, you're a rabbit, you're a bird, you're a snake, and try to suss out who they are. I'll be moldable because you have to meet the pressures around you, otherwise you'll go extinct. But I always have my eye on the prize. I want them to see me as someone kind of stupid, you know, a very simple animal, like maybe like a pigeon that doesn't really know what's going on. It's just there to have fun. But really, I want to be like a predatory bird that'll strike them when they least suspect. I
really want to do it, everyone. I really want to swipe right and tell him to go to the merge. My issue is, he's an exotic veterinarian. He is the smartest guy in the room. But is he acting like it? Is he going to act to everyone else like he is the smartest guy in the room? Because that's going to drive everyone nuts. He is on the strongest tribe, though. So maybe he'll be safe. Oh, we're doing it. We're swiping right. You made it to the merge. Good job. Okay, next up on our list, Drea Wheeler, 35 years old, fitness consultant, San Antonio, Texas, Montreal, Quebec.
I am Drea Wheeler. I am a fitness trainer / fitness business owner and grew up in San Antonio, but I live in Montreal now.
Canadian,
I feel like my life has been like a Survivor boot camp. Growing up in San Antonio, we basically lived organized sports. My middle school was sponsored by Nike. That's how intense we were, you know what I mean? So I am athletic, and I think that my experience in the fitness game has prepared me for
Who's going to be better at challenges, her or Jonathan?
As an athlete, but also as an owner of a fitness business, because I had to learn how to strategically be one step ahead of my competitors. It feels surreal that I'm here and my toes are in the sand. It's weird, like it's bizarre, but as a super fan, I want that like song as I find the idol and I put it on and then I take it away. That's what I want as a super fan.
She's living my dream right now. If you guys don't know, my day job when I'm not making Survivor videos is personal training. I work at a gym. So being a fitness consultant, huge fitness brand, everything she does, this is so cool for me. And she lives in Montreal as well. So we're doing it. Drea, it was obvious. You knew at the beginning it was gonna happen. We're swiping right. You're making the merge. Lindsay Dallas, 31 years old, dietitian. I hope I'm spacing this out okay. I did not plan this video at all.
My name is Lindsay Dallas. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm from Asbury Park, New Jersey. This game has been on my mind forever. I always knew I was gonna play. I've been doing competitive things my whole life. From 9 to 15, I played tackle football. Probably not many girls are gonna say that. I'm a tough chick and no one's gonna really push me around or try to tell me what to do. Like if I wanna do something, I'm gonna do it. Having that edge and being competitive, I feel like is gonna be super helpful. Stephanie Lagrossa from early seasons, she was the last person on her tribe, and I really do relate to that.
Hopefully you don't get Matt
feel a lot like her. Quitting's just not an option.
That's a good throwback.
I think the hardest part for me is trying to get out of my head and just enjoying things, because when you get stressed out, like you're not thinking clearly, you're not being strategic enough, and if I can just like be me, I think I'm gonna do really well. So I just gotta like chill out. Yeah, awesome. I'm really high up on Lindsay. I'm cutting right to the chase here. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, check out my power rankings with Flynn Master. I'm swiping right. Good job. You made the merge, which makes that our 7th person making the merge. I only have 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 more people left to pick. Rockstroy Bailey, 44 years old, stay-at-home dad, Brooklyn, New York. Let's go.
My name is Rockstroy Bailey. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
Let's go.
And I'm a stay-at-home dad. Being a father is the toughest job in the world. But one of the things you learn right away is that you don't really matter anymore and that you must have patience.
Oh.
And patience is a virtue.
I wasn't expecting him to say that.
I hope to contribute
like
by winning challenges, but also comfort. In terms of like having the fire, getting food and stuff like that, that sticks in people's minds. It's like, wait, hold on. I don't know if I really want to vote Rocks off if he's catching 2 fish a day.
Don't say that.
I mean, this is a 1 in 18 shot of winning $1 million. And as a black Jamaican American, okay, no one has given me those odds for such a life-changing event in my life. A lot of investment in just this little guy that grew up in Brooklyn.
I like this guy so much,
I want Jeff
but
to look at me
you guys
say,
know what we're about to do.
$1 million. And I'll promptly go and walk over and give it to my wife.
This guy seems funnier than I thought he would be. I like everything he was saying, but this isn't old school Survivor. People aren't choosing to keep you in the game because you're catching fish. The survival aspect has been cut back. This is Survivor 42, drop the 4, keep the 2. Sorry, Rockstroy, we're swiping left on you. You're not making the merge. Swati Ghoul, 19 years old, Ivy League student, Palo Alto. Is that California?
I'm Swati, I'm 19,
yep.
I'm from Palo Alto, California, and I'm a Harvard student, and I'm in the Army National Guard. My family is from India, so for me growing up, it was a lot of focus on education. So a lot of people were surprised when like the person who like was on all the science and math clubs joined the Army National Guard, but for me it was really reflective of the values my family raised me with. And I feel like the basic combat training really did prepare me because my body still remembers like what starving and freezing from field exercises feels like. But I was so beyond excited to be here. I don't think my brain fully understands what's happening. My strategy going into the game is sort of undefined, mostly because this is season 42. I know something crazy is gonna happen, but for me it makes sense to play it safe for the first few votes until I get a foothold, and then that's when I go crazy.
I really like what she said there at the end. She's got the mental, she's got the physical. My only issue is she's 19 years old, teenager. Realistically, if Rockstroy Bailey, we just talked about him, if he's in the end with Swati, 19-year-old versus stay-at-home dad, you're gonna give the money to the dad. But I like everything she said. Play it cool for a couple votes, then make your move. Is she gonna get big move-itis? Probably, but I don't care. She's gonna be fun to watch. We're gonna swipe right. She's making the merge. Hajong, 29, data scientist.
My name is Hai, and I am a data scientist. So I like to say that I can read the room better than I can read a book, and I think that's going to take me far in the game. Growing up, I was a latchkey kid, meaning that I would let myself into the house after school every day. And as a result, I was raised pretty much in front of a television. And Survivor was at the forefront of my childhood. Yul was an idol to me growing up because Yul showed that Asian men can be confident, successful, and sexy. And watching that as like a 12-year-old was empowering. So life prepared me for Survivor. Having the world come at you, given all of these traits that make me undesirable, gay, poor, Asian, what have you. When you get up every day, even though the world tells you you shouldn't, it makes you resilient. So I'm looking forward to this. It's been 20 years in the making.
Just like Ricard, how he was a Survivor beast in 41, I think Hai is going to be a Survivor beast here in 42. They're on the same tribe. Chanelle, Hai is the 2.0 of Shan, Ricard. Make it happen. You're making the merge. We're swiping right. Lydia Meredith, 22 years old, waitress. Frederick, is that Vermont?
My name is Lydia, and I'm an actor and a writer, but also a server and a bartender. Survivor
so
has
you're
meant
Debbie,
a lot
you do everything.
to my family. Like my parents have been watching like from the start, and of course like they are so scared and just so excited for me because like we always would watch it and be like, oh, I would do great in that challenge. Oh, I would do terrible in that challenge. And so now like I actually get to put that all to the test. One of my main
I really want to do that. There's so many Survivor challenges where I do that too. I'm like, oh, let's do it.
I hope I'm perceived just kind of as like the loving, fun little sister, you know, that like will gather all the knowledge that I possibly can and use that as my advantage in the game. Because even if it might not look like it, I am thinking at all times. My brain never shuts off. It's never over until it's over, and I 100%, I will always keep fighting until I die, basically. I'll take whatever Jeff throws at me.
She can take whatever Jeff throws at her. There's gonna be a lot thrown at you in Survivor 42. I just think she's on one of the weaker tribes. They're going to tribal council a lot. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but my issue is maybe she might be too quirky and it gets to that annoying point. Even though she seems really cool, we're swiping left, you're not making the merge. Jackson Fox, 48 years old, healthcare worker, Pasadena, Texas.
My name is Jackson. Fox. I grew up in Pasadena, Texas, and I'm a hospital transporter.
That's cool.
Survivor makes you feel like anything is possible. I think you go in as one person, but you leave a completely different person.
Ever since like season 30, they love these journeys. You come in as a person,
learning how to be on my own after I came out. I'm a transgendered man, and I think if you can go through the process of pretty much revitalizing your entire life and bearing it all, I think you can go on Survivor and bear it all as well. I want that to be a part of who I am because it made me who I am. I think they're going to underestimate me at first, but once they get to know me, I'm going to win people over, slowly but surely. I get along with a tree stump, so I think the Southern Charm will win over. And I know it sounds bizarre. I want to play honorable. I want people to say I treated people with respect. But at the same time, I want to be able to go through a really big blind side. Hopefully it's not on you, but you want to see one.
My only issue is maybe too likable. At some point in the game, Final 7, Final 6, you start to take out those really likable people, and that's where I think his point's going to be. But that means you're still making the merge, so we're swiping right. You're making the merge. Good job. Which means we only have one more person making the merge, and we have 2 spots left. Oh no. Marianne Oakage, 24 years old, seminary student, Ajax, Ontario. Again, that's super close to where I live.
My name is Marianne, and right now I'm a student and also a retail worker in Ajax, Ontario, Canada. I think my strongest asset in the game is going to be my social skills. Making those bonds, I feel, would be like a very easy
super fitting. Her and Jackson are back to back in this video.
I think that the hardest thing for me
I think both of them will be like the
break
happiness,
those
the
bonds.
very
So like what will
likable
happen to
person
my head
for
like,
these
hey
seasons.
Marianne, like watch out, like you know this is wrong, but my heart's like, no, I have to see the best in the person, I have to do this. And when I told my mom I was interested in Survivor, she was so confused. We're all first generation immigrants, and I just remember my mom being like, Marianne, why are you trying to go to Survivor? If you want to be a survivor, let me take you to my village. I'll show you how to make fire, I'll show you how to cook. So she didn't really get it at first, but so many people want to play this game, and I'm one of the lucky few who have the opportunity to do it. I'm just honestly just super excited and thankful, and like I gotta make it to the end. Like I'm so excited.
I hate to do this to you, Marianne. My issue is one of the younger people on this tribe when you're against all these super strong people. I'm sure she's physical and her mom's taught her how to do things like make fire and things like that. My issue is when you're on a tribe that's so physical. You got Jonathan, you got Jackson, you got Lindsay. I don't know if she survives more than 2 tribal councils. And if they go to tribal council twice, I think she's in trouble. I don't want to do this. I'm sorry, Marianne. I'm swiping left. You're not making the merge. Daniel Strunk, 30 years old, law clerk, Cincinnati.
I'm Daniel Strunk, and I'm technically a lawyer, but I work right now as a law clerk for a federal judge in Michigan. I had an amazing high school government teacher who got me into the law, and there's at least some preparation for Survivor from that. If they have that challenge where you have to keep your hand up, I'll win that one because my default position in Yale Law School was this. My hand was always up. I grew up watching Survivor, but I really don't know if I have what it takes to be the sole survivor.
I like this guy.
Look, Las Vegas should not be betting on me. I'm short, a little bit chunky. I don't know if I'll be able to do well in challenges. I don't know if I'll be able to provide around camp. I'm gonna try. I'm obviously a sneaky person. I'm well educated.
Is he gonna be too sneaky?
I'll try to
Jacob
be goofy,
Derwin?
but I mean, it's unbelievable to be here at Fiji. I've wanted to be on the show for so long. It's like this itch, and I want there to be no Survivor itch anymore. I don't know if I'll succeed, but that's the goal.
I mean, he probably will overplay. Maybe he'd make it far, and that'd be so fun to watch, I think. We're swiping right. You're making the merge. With a little more preparation, I might have switched a few more things around. Here's our list right here on screen so you guys can all see. We have Chanelle Howell, Jonathan Young, Tori Meehan, Jenny Kim, Omar Zahir, Drea Wheeler, Lindsay Dallas, Swati Ghoul, Hai Young, Jackson Fox, and Daniel Strunk. That's my initial reaction to the Survivor 42 cast. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, drop a like, subscribe down to the channel if you want to see more Survivor content. It's free to do, and you can unsubscribe anytime you like. And the best thing about this is we're doing Survivor buff giveaways all Survivor 42 season long. That's it for me today. If you want to see the entire history of the hidden immunity idol, click right here.